Another thanks to Mac from Crowdcube, Spain, reminiscing about our home state, California, with this great song by Lenny Kravitz.
Speaking of Lenny Kravitz, I understand he's quite popular with the ladies.
You know it. Obviously. He's gorgeous, he has an amazing voice, and he has that I don't give an F attitude. If I saw him in person, I just might faint.
Funny you say that, because one time when I was hanging out with Lenny Kravitz...
Wait, hang on. Hanging out with Lenny Kravitz?
Yes, absolutely. This is a funny story. Actually, years ago, I was directing a film, and it was about bands and Rock the Vote in the United States and things like that. And we were rehearsing with the one band that I was following very closely in Austin, Texas. And we were...
Here we go again.
Yeah, here we go. Back in Texas. I'm going to get in trouble for this story, I guess. And we were... Actually, my mom was living in this apartment complex like they have in Texas. In Texas, if you've never been there, they have these apartment complexes that have like 500, 600, 1,000 like apartments spread out over like 20 acres, you know, and everything. These huge complexes in the middle of fields, you know, because there's no tall buildings in Texas. Yeah, right.
It's flat, right?
Yeah,
everything's
right.
flat.
Okay. So...
And dry. Desert.
It just happened that the band that I was following with the cameras, the album had been produced by Lenny Kravitz. And so all of a sudden I get this strange like call on my cell phone, like a Tuesday night. And I answer the phone and he's like, "Hey, Jason, it's Lenny." And I'm like, "Hey, man, what's up? Where are you?" He's like, "I'm like 20 minutes away in the tour bus, like coming to you guys, but I want it to be a complete surprise. I don't want anybody to know that it's me coming into this." And I'm like,
is it true that he takes his bus everywhere because he doesn't like to fly?
Yeah, he's not a big fan of flying, just like myself. I have the worst fear of flying that any human being on earth. I'm like Rain Man on an airplane.
This is not an exaggeration, folks. It's not good.
Yeah,
it's
not good at all. Not good at all. So, okay, back to Lenny. He's coming in on the tour bus. Nobody knows and everything. He comes in. Everybody's all excited. Da-da-da-da-da. And we like hang out and everything. And he ends up spending the night with us. So the next morning, he's a complete like fitness fanatic. Like it's just amazing. Like this guy.
I can tell.
Yeah, of course you can.
I've seen the pictures.
Yeah, that's why the shirt's off in 95% of his videos. So we go like the apartment complex had this tiny little gym with like 3 treadmills and like some weights and stuff like that. And it's myself and the lead singer of this band. His name's Dan Dyer. Check him out. The guy's like seriously one of the most amazing voices you'll ever hear in your lifetime. And
he's also very attractive.
He's also a very attractive guy. And Lenny Kravitz in this tiny little apartment gym in like the clubhouse of the apartment. And so we're working out and everything. And this girl comes in, you know, and typical, like, I don't want to like categorize every girl in Texas that they do this, but they go to the gym with like full makeup on. Like
full makeup, big hair.
The works, you know, she's
mini
in her
skirt.
outfit and she's got her headphones on. She comes in, she's not paying any attention to the 3 of us in there and everything like that. She gets up on the treadmill and she's jogging away and going after it. We're working out and everything. And there's these TV screens above the treadmill that are playing videos on MTV or something like that. She's watching, she's kind of rocking out. And we get done, and Lenny jumps up on the treadmill next to her and starts running. And lo and behold, Are You Gonna Go My Way comes on the screen, okay?
Good song.
So this girl's watching like Lenny Kravitz on there, and she's rocking out. He's like running next to her, and all of a sudden she kind of like just looks over, and like you could see her, like it like clicked in her head, and she's like looks at Lenny, looks at the screen, because it's the last person in the world she would think would be in this like little apartment complex in Texas. And she's trying to calculate and then when she calculates and she reacts, her legs stopped running. And this poor girl, wham, hits the bottom of the treadmill and goes flying off the treadmill. We're like, oh my gosh,
that
my God.
Thing.
And we run her, are you okay? Are you okay? And she's like, you're Lenny Kravitz. And he goes, yes, I am. And she got up and ran out of that place so fast. Wow. We never saw this girl ever again. She must have been so embarrassed. It was really, really kind of one of those funny things that you wish you had a camera because
you could feel sorry for her.
So YouTube. That's like 20 million like views on YouTube for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, but nobody would think it was real. There are
No.
so many lookalikes out there that, in
Yeah.
a video, you'd never know.
It was also one of those like car accidents, like everything started going slow motion and we're looking and like you go,
Yeah.
wait, do you like get ready to grab this girl? Because she's going to go shooting off the treadmill.
Yeah, it's like
any
in the
moment
dream
of
where you're
time.
like, no.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It was really good.
Well, feel bad for her all you want, but I think she's pretty darn lucky.
yeah.
What a
Did
story
you have
to tell.
Who was your first crush, like musician crush?
My first musician crush. Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. I've never
a good
even thought
question,
about
huh?
that.
You know what mine was?
What?
This is like, I'm going to let it all out on Radio Canal Barcelona. Like,
Oh, I know who it was.
who was it?
I know who it was. I forget
Come
the name.
on.
I'm a little bit country. No?
Yeah, exactly.
What's her name again? Big hair.
Marie Osmond.
That's the one.
It was Marie Osmond. I had
Yeah,
the
not bad.
biggest crush ever
bad.
on
She's
Marie
super
Osmond.
cute.
I used to sleep with her album under my pillow.
You did.
Yeah. And then I think I had a nightmare one night and like cracked the album and it was like the saddest day of my life. I like begged my mother to take me to the record store so I can get another.
How old were you?
I don't remember. I was young. I was like too young to have a crush, I think,
Yeah, okay.
So
Well, I don't know. When I was young, I was maybe in middle school. I was really influenced by my sisters. I am the youngest of 5 children. So my sisters always influenced my taste in music. My sister Gia was a huge fan of Dave Matthews Band. So genetically, I was disposed to become a fan of Dave Matthews Band as well.
Good
Although
band.
Gia is a huge country fan, and I never really caught on to that one. But Dave Matthews was always, I loved his voice. I thought it was cute and everything. So I guess,
Dave Matthews
I had a
cute?
crush on him. He's cute because he's an amazing musician.
yeah, it's like the guitar. Without the guitar, he's just the guy standing on the other side of the bar.
He also has those killer dance moves.
They are some killer dance moves.
Absolutely.